And welcome back to the Business Spotlight. I'm Pat Dewar. My guest today is Bob Baer, morepowertopublish.com. And if you're thinking about writing a book in the next even few years, I would definitely go to his event coming up in May, and the commercial has information, and morepowertopublish.com has more information. You can go and learn the process and even get started in the implementation of writing your own book, and then getting the doors open for promotion, distribution, and actually having an impact in the world. Bob, thanks so much.
You bet. I'm enjoying this.
Good, good. This time we want to get a little bit further into your process of creative development. And I know that with the three parts that you were talking about, your visionary, the creative development is still part of that visionary.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of people are afraid of writer's block. They don't know where to start. And there are systems to help people so that they don't have that. When I wrote More Power to Publish, or More Power, an Entrepreneur's Roadmap to Success, the system I used, and there are more systems than this, just this, but the system I used was I had sat down and created my chapter titles. I knew the main subjects I wanted to cover, and then I wrote down a number of items in each chapter that should go in that chapter, but then I turned it into questions, and I ended up with 15 to 20 questions for each chapter, and I basically just sat down and answered those questions. I interviewed myself. Another way to do it, in another book I'm working on now, is I actually have somebody doing the interview, because they come up with insights and questions that kind of dig deep, and so sometimes we'll help people that way by interviewing them by phone, asking them more questions and recording that and creating a transcript for them.
So you're drawing out of them what is this this 9-pound pearl. You're kind of extracting that, and then is there's help to help put those pieces together in a system?
Yes, yes. There are also book coaches that we use that really help encourage and help people draw that out. But once the information is drawn out, there's various types of writing that we're talking about, and part of the writing can be the person who is giving the information, but part of the writing can be done by a developmental editor, somebody that knows how to turn what you have to say into something that's easy for people to read.
So we've got a graphic of that, and if they were to go to the creative development real quick on that, and pull that up.
I'm on to the writing
and
part.
then the next one, so that kind of gives you an overview of what we were talking about a second ago. And then to go on to the next part is writing. That gives somebody a kind of a visual of
it shows some of the different methods that can be used. Some people do better with one than the other. But it also helps to have a partner, it helps to have an encourager, it helps to have somebody to brainstorm with you, to give your ideas to bounce your ideas off of.
So anything else on that slide that we need right now?
No, because the next part, after you get all that information out, is moving on to the editing process.
Very good.
That's very important, but it's something that most writers themselves aren't that good at, and that's where a professional comes in to help them.
Well, that looks like a spaghetti web, so I imagine there's a lot of different options when it comes to the editing side of things, isn't there?
There is, and one of the things we'll be teaching at our conference is how to format and write your book to make it really easy for the editor, and to take the editor less time, which of course will end up costing the writer less to get it professionally edited.
So when is this conference again?
May 17, 18, and 19 in Irvine, California.
Okay, and they really can get a lot of the information at the morepowertopublish.com, right?
Yes, we're going to keep adding more and more information, more videos at morepowertopublish.com, and add more materials to help people out.
Now you want people to go there, kind of opt in or whatever it is, give them a little information. They'll start getting information about the process. They can go ahead and schedule, sign up. And if they have questions, they can call your 888 number.
Correct.
It's on the screen. So that just gives somebody an action step that if you have if you have a book in you, or want to see if you can publish something, you should go. Be a great investment, great tool, great systems. So what else did we want to talk about your system?
Well, we're going to try to pack a lot in. The next few slides, the one that says design, that takes a lot of people. One of the really important parts is the book cover, because you only have about 9 seconds to capture somebody's attention with a good book cover, and there's certain things that need to be on it. Things that authors don't often think about. You need to have a certain width on the spine so your title shows up. And there are certain things that should be on the back. And a lot of times, we help people whether they're going to self-publish a book, whether they're going to look for an agent, or whether they're going to get published by a traditional publisher. We try to help them do that. But a lot of times, on a self-published book, I take a look at it, and they just have the wrong things on the back cover. So it's important to get good advice on the design, on the interior design, on the graphics, the layout. There's a lot of good information that we'd like to teach people about that.
Wow. I know that as we move into these next segments, we've got more information on how to get published and really get the most value out of being published. See, there's a lot of authority in having your own book, and you'll want to learn more about Bob's program. We'll be right back after this commercial. This is Pat Dewar. Thanks again. The Business Spotlight.
You can become a published author. Discover a system that will lead you from idea to having your book on the bookshelves. Bob Baer pulls back the curtain at the More Power to Publish workshop. Watch and learn how to follow the step-by-step plan to turn your idea into a published book. Learn more at morepowertopublish.com.